Yo, what's up, guys? It's your host, Manlydawg here, coming to you with another Manlydawg weekly recap. We have made a month of uploading. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. What are we doing? Where are we going? What are we playing? How are we feeling? All these things and more in this video. So, alright. First things first is we just finished a month of uploading, and it's been very interesting. I started with like very non-edited 30-minute content. And I think that's super interesting in the span of like, I kind of get to see the engagement and how it's grown and how it's altered and how the YouTube algorithm has sort of noticed me in different ways, which is super, which is super interesting. But what I've started doing, I got some feedback to say, okay, well, how about you try editing the content down a little bit? And so I've done that and definitely have seen resounding success in terms of like editing things down and congesting and making it more denser and less wider, which is super interesting. So we've also made our own thumbnails. I've tried different variations of thumbnails. The first variation of thumbnails was just text and the logo, or the picture of the edited picture of whatever we're doing, like the grabber, let's call it that. The second variation was the grabber with a text with the Manlydawg, like a little puppy logo. The third variation was me. I started putting myself in the logos, and that did way better. And then the fourth variation, don't bite the messenger here, but was AI. And through the 4 versions of those that I've done each week, the third variation, the one with just me and something in the frame, was definitely way more successful. But also sort of making some slight AI stuff and adjustments and then putting myself in front and doing those things also has resounding success. I've definitely noticed that, and I think that is going to be like sort of key to success in the future, is mastering the basics of how to use AI as a tool, not a feature, and how to utilize those thumbnails and those titles and the YouTube tags. So, and lastly, one thing I took away from this was we did the Dune Awakening sort of patch update video, and that one is exploding right now on the channel, which is really good. It's getting a lot of negative feedback because I have a controversial opinion, but that's the way things go. When sometimes you have to think critically, people may take offense to that. But I need to also understand, people need to understand that there's so many different variations of things, that one thing is not black and one thing is not white. 2 things can be true at once, and this is one of those scenarios. Now, you probably are wondering, well, what happened in the video? Well, 1, you can go watch it. 2, it's about the new patch update that mitigated some of the PvP content, which is the in-game nature of Dune Awakening, which is something a lot of people work to achieve from going from PvE to eventual PvP. They did this because people are getting killed by 32-man guilds who want to run solos. They don't want to socialize in an MMO game, and they take offense to that. They want to play solo and not interact with anyone, and that's okay. It's just, it's a weird player-based divided thing, and we're having to navigate that. But as long as you know, no matter what, I'm going to speak my truth on these things, and I'm always going to say what I feel. It's never going to be sort of like this like scripted or overanalyzed thought. It's going to be very much like, I feel like recording and this is important to me. And I think that's unique to like what will find success. I'm learning you guys like me, okay? I know that sounds very specific, but I'm learning that y'all like when I'm on screen, there's more traction, there's more interaction, there's more of a push and pull between me and the audience, which is good, because that means I can just boot up the camera and start talking, and I'll get views about things I really care about. And there's so many things I want to talk about. So I think the next couple variations, you'll continue to see the YouTube playthroughs. I would definitely want to see those through and keep those growing and molding it into something very unique. But you'll also see more videos where it's like, yo, what's up, guys? It's me talking to you about Xbox. It's me talking to you about the Summer Games Fest. It's me talking to you about one of my favorite games of all time. And I think that will be very unique to my success. And I don't want to say split off another channel to do separate content or anything like that. I'd like it to all stay congested. So expect that in the next month of content where we're sort of start like reanalyzing and fixing things and really trying to grow the channel to something unique. We're doing good. We're getting views, we're getting subscribers, and that's what counts, right? I think overall, let's check real quick. I can tell you guys. Overall, in the last month, we've got 5 subscribers, which is huge. Like really think about that, you know? Like we were not uploading at all, but we just started deciding to hit the record button, and we got 5 subscribers, which is like super cool to me that this content can sort of grow in this dynamic way. And it's really, I'm not doing anything different from what I'd be doing in a normal day. I'm just recording stuff sometimes and taking an hour or 2 out of the day to edit something together and upload it to YouTube, which I think is like so cool. Like, we got 31 hours of watch time from everyone. We got 5.4K views, and we got 5 subscribers within the month. Like, come on. This is up. We're only going to move up from here. And that's such an interesting thing that I can navigate now. Whereas a month ago, I wasn't doing this. Twitch is very good. I like streaming, and it's really fun to just have that like reactive content and like do that. But one is not as sustainable. YouTube more sustainable than versus like live streaming, because in live streaming, I think your audience, it's based on the hours of the day you stream, it's based on what you're streaming, based on how much you're streaming. I'm sorry, but like if you're expecting 8-hour streams from me, it's got to be a game I am completely in love with. Normally in a day, I'm gaming about 4 to maybe 6 hours, maybe even less, sometimes not at all. And so to expect me to really stream, there needs to be that push and pull. So we streamed Peak, which was with some friends, True Brick Gamer and Sneaky or Chunky, whatever you want to call him. 2 of my closest friends from the UK that I've made friends with on the internet, that have been in my life for 5 years now, that I cherish greatly. Those guys are truly incredible humans who have taught me so much about different ways of life and how people across the world function versus me, and what I can learn from them and what they can teach me. So much so it's like, guys, we got to eventually plan a trip to meet up and intermingle here, because there's such a tissue of connectivity there. I think that's what Twitch is good for, that connection to the audience and to your group, and I think that's really important. Versus YouTube is good for talk, like I'm able to really like razor focus on something that I want to do and that I want to talk about. And I think that's really cool. I can't sit and talk for 4 hours on Twitch. I'd love to, and sometimes maybe I have actually, but it's not easy. So that's kind of where we're going within the next month. Anyways, so what have I been doing? I am so addicted to Dune Awakening, guys. I haven't stopped playing it. I really haven't. I'm still playing through the Altars and still playing through Hollow Knight. I played a ton of the Peak this week, which is a new Friendslop game from Landfall and Interactive from Landfall and Aggro Crab, the guys who made another Crab's Treasure and Content Warning. They did a joint collab for Father's Day. They released the game Peak. It's all about climbing to the peak of a mountain, and it's great fun with friends. It's seriously, and these games have been coined as Friendslop now. The type of games where it's like low effort made games, but made with love and passion. And there's like interactivity between friends in some dynamic way, like Lethal Company, Repo, Content Warning, Schedule 1, those types of games. Maybe not Schedule 1, I don't know. That's more of like a actual game, I really don't know, I've never played it. So that's a really fun game. I hope they continue to update it and add different things and sort of these unique variations of climbs that will really kind of just create interactivity amongst friends. Those games are always fun to revisit when they do get those updates. Like Repo just got a big update. So maybe we'll get on that. Excuse me. So Dune Awakening, we got a 32-man guild we're running with that have taught me all the ins and outs of PvE and PvP, and I'm really starting to dive into that PvP content where we're locking down spice fields and harvesting spice and really getting stronger and prepared for what's next to come, which is, I guess, continuous PvP repeatable content, which is for this feature called the Landsrad, where you get to vote in these unique things in the game that affect the deep desert the next week over. So super fun, super interactivity. I'm loving it. I really, really want to play Death Stranding 2. I really want to play Death Stranding 2. I love Kojima games, and Death Stranding 2. I say that I've only played Death Stranding, so I guess I'm a hypocrite, but that was my hook in, and I want to play Metal Gear Solid now. Or I've played Metal Gear Solid 5 too as well. I played the online mostly, but like I really want to get into those games, and I really want to get Death Stranding 2. But lo and behold, I don't have a PS5, and I'm having to deal with that. And I've asked to borrow a friend's PS5. He's never got back to me, and it is what it is. It's life, you know. But holy cow, I want to play Death Stranding 2. I love the minimal interaction in that game is so interesting because it's about walking and delivering stuff and how good you deliver things, and your gameplay is you're learning, like you're navigating this terrain, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy, sometimes there's snow, sometimes there's sandstorms, sometimes there's a sheer mountain you have to find a way up. But players around the world are all on a collective server that can sort of help each other out and drop things off and build things together. That I think is a really unique feature about working together, and it has a really good story to top it off, and really good. It looks really beautiful, great music. It is definitely a very artistic game. It's a game that's good for the soul. A game similar to games like Expedition 33 and Nine Souls and different things like that. They need more games like that, like more auteurs, more unique. Kind of Split Fiction is similar to that. You know what you're gonna get from a Josef Fares games. Like I forget the name of the studio, but you know you're gonna get that co-op interactivity that's super unique. That's gonna feel like you're in a toy box for about like 10 hours, and they've just expanded that since they've made Tales of Two Brothers. So anyways, you guys get it, man. I've also watched Dune 1 and Dune 2. Like I said, I'm on a Dune kick, and those movies were fantastic. It's like almost if Star Wars was good. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like if it had all the correct and like actually good political intrigue and push and pull dynamic of the House Atreides and the House Harkonnen, or the Harkonnen, I forget how you say it, and like, but make that interesting. Add some dynamic there. Add a third layer to it. Add a fourth layer to it. There's so many layers into it that's really fun, and I'm really excited. They just announced Dune Messiah, so we'll see where that goes. Other than that, guys, that's really where I've been at. How I'm feeling? I'm feeling good. I've got a lot of work happening behind the scenes that I'm doing. I'm about to have to move out of this place, so that'll be interesting as well. I know I'm going to probably move to a 1-bedroom. This is a 4-bedroom I live in. This is way too big for me. And I'd really like to downsize and really find some like make it a bit more feel like home. This doesn't entirely feel like home yet. It's not decorated the way I want. I haven't had time to do those things. I've just been in survival mode for the last 2 years, and I'm finally on my feet now. I really feel like I'm in the stride of like, this is what's next for me. Like this, like the next chapter for me is this life of success, you know? Growing in my field of work, growing here, and growing in like just all things personal, paying off debts, like not having these crazy bills to worry about. Like so for anyone who doesn't know, I'm 29 and I'm going into my 30s, and in February. I still got a little while to go, but it'll be here before we know it. 6 months time is like 2 weeks, or like a month time in like adult world. And I think it's really important to realize that like the 20s was really about I'm just figuring it out, you know? And now I feel like I've sort of hit this switch where it's like, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to give, to create, to leave a digital footprint, to make something, whether it be music, artistry, painting, video work, editing, graphics, charisma. This is what it's about, you know? It feels so good to be like, have that goal. Like, it's such a clear goal now, where it used to be a little bit foggy. It's like, no, we know what we're here for, and we're gonna make it happen at all costs. And I believe if I can do it, and from where, because I've come from nothing. I've had so much help in my life and so much assistance, but this was not a future for me. I paved this for me. I made this road. I laid this road brick by brick. And that's huge, is to show that there's going to be generations beyond me of when I have kids or younger nephews and nieces. I can show them that you're not going to have to work this blue collar job. You're not going to have to work, this 9 to 5 eventually. Like, you can do so much in this world, and it's such a beautiful thing that I think all of us can achieve. Not just me, not just my family, but you as well. So if you're feeling like foggy like that, you're going to figure it out. As long as you have that drive in you, it never goes away. It stays there. I'm telling you, I know people in their 70s who are still navigating this drive, and they've succeeded and pushed in ways they never thought they could. If we can do it, you can. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good week.